We should be coming through live any minute, and I hope this is coming through. We are live. Hello and welcome to Joshua J Poker. I am Joshua J, and we are on a mission on this channel to move up through the cash game streets, smash all of those nits out of the way, and really turn poker into an income stream that we can have from our laptop anywhere in the world. And then also, obviously, segue into live games and basically just get better as people. You know, that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to share some performance things with you, to share my experiences as I try and move up through the cash game streets, currently smashing 50 and L. Shout out to them. We're taking shots at 100 very soon. So yeah, that's what we do on this channel. And if that sounds like it's going to be something for you, please consider following, subscribing, liking, all of those motherfucking things that feel good. It helps support the channel. It goes a long way. And if you are joining me live and you're watching this live, hello and welcome. This is a live experience. And if you do have any questions, as we go, please pop them in the chat. And if you're watching this on replay, please feel free to put your comments in the chat as well. I do get back to them all, and they go a long way, and it helps me give more value back to you. So with all of that said, this video tonight is a pretty bold claim. You know, when you see one of these like one decision videos, it's like, oh God, is this guy clickbaiting me? Is this guy debating me? Or is this guy like actually legit? And I want this video tonight to be something that if you go away from, it could be a night that you look back on as a night that you remember for the rest of your career, the rest of your life, in fact. And that's a fucking pretty big claim. But what I'm going to share with you changed my life seriously when I understood what I'm going to share with you. This isn't my principle. You know, this isn't something I invented. It's like many things. I'm just collating all of the information I found over my years of coaching and research and study to try and give value back to you in a condensed format. So this isn't technically mine, but I really hope that you take on board what I'm going to say, as it could change your life. It's changed loads of clients' lives that I've worked with, and it's changed my life as well. So pretty big fucking bold claims, Joshua J. You better back this shit up. But if you are enjoying this, you know, let me know in the comments. Hello, Dan. How you doing? Good to see you. So as poker players, it's really, really difficult to know exactly what's causing us not to get the results that we want. Like, and I'm pretty sure, and I think that's pretty fair to say, like, in the chat right now, and let me know if this is true. It's like, you just don't know why your game isn't working sometimes. Is it your strategy? Is it your mindset? Is it your performance? Is it like something you don't know? There could be anything, you know, and we zoom really into these problems, and it's very, very like fragmental, and we're always looking around at this big jigsaw piece that is the game of poker. It's very, very difficult to understand what it is that's holding us back and what's holding us and stopping us from performing our best and winning the money that we want. And for ages, I've been trying to like solve a lot of these issues by zooming in, kind of like putting plasters on wounds, but it's never really changed the entire holistic health of the poker players I've been working with, myself included. So I've started to think, like, how could I do that? How could I transcend these smaller issues? You know, these issues with like tilt, these issues with volume, not getting enough volume, these issues with not studying enough, these issues with like not getting the results that you want. And I was like, how can I go a level deeper and a level above to find what it is that's really holding most people back? And I think, lads, I fucking cracked the code. And that's what I want to share with you tonight, is a holistic solution to all of those problems. And it's not going to solve them straight away. It's still going to take some work for you, but it's going to be something that you can like blanket over the top of those and transcend all of those problems and really start to become the person and poker player that you want to be. Hello, Nath. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. So let's begin with that. So if you could summarize all of your poker behavior to now, and you wrote it down on a big list and you were very, very objective about it and you were honest, most people watching this, it's going to be, you know, sporadic volume. It's going to be sporadic play, maybe a little bit of tilt, maybe not studying enough, maybe not playing your best, maybe, you know, not table selecting, maybe not pressing that fold button when you should, maybe being a little bit too aggressive in spots where people don't fold. Basically, things that you know you shouldn't be doing, you're doing all of those things. And just one preface of this whole video, which I probably should have said about 2 minutes ago, this video probably isn't for you if you're just looking to be a real recreational poker player. You know, this video probably isn't for you if you just want to, like, you know, maybe play a few hands on the weekend and have fun, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, I should have said this a few minutes ago, but there's nothing wrong with that. But this video is for people who are really looking to take their game to the next level and really start to make an income and really, really start to like take this game more seriously and actually make some fucking good money at this. So two distinguishes. I probably should have said that a while ago. It's a live video. What can you do? This isn't edited. You're just getting it raw from the source that I'm giving it to you. So this is for people that really want to take it to the next level. So if you could describe all of that, what you've been doing, and you got to be honest with yourself here. A word I tend to use for this, and the word that I want you to maybe use and consider using, is very, very amateur. You know, it's just a very amateur approach. Amateur in a sense of like, you don't really have a schedule. You don't really discuss hands with people. You don't really study. You kind of have a little go. Maybe you do like a little bit of, you know, oh, maybe I'll look at this little range thing and, oh, maybe I'll talk hands with this guy once a week or whatever. But you don't really study. Volume is inconsistent. You know, you're playing too many tables and you kind of know it. You've got fucking YouTube open over here. You've got your phone dinging. You're just not really set up properly and you're not doing the things you know you should be doing. It's kind of amateur behavior, you know, and a lot of you guys in the chat, myself included, are amateurs at this game. And that's absolutely no problem. If you want to stay there, if you want to be that recreational player, an amateur player, that's absolutely fine. But just know that you will always get amateur results. Always, always, always. That's just how it's going to be. And as an amateur, you get all of the problems of what an amateur experiences. This like very volatile up and down graph, this feeling of like, am I even doing the right things? This feeling of like, oh, maybe I'm not even moving forward. That's just part and parcel of being an amateur, unfortunately. Just is the way it is. That's the amateur life. And you can use this for other things than just poker, lads. And this is what I say on this channel, is most of what I'm saying to you doesn't really have to be poker related. It just happens that that's my main interest and probably yours too. And you can make fucking money at it. But you can use this with anything. And a lot of people stay their whole life as an amateur. You know, that's just how they live. And that's okay, but it doesn't get you the results that you want. So the opposite of an amateur is a professional. And these two words are just banded around, and being a pro poker player has this big like thing around it. And like, oh, if I'm a professional, it has to be a main source of income. Or if I'm a professional, I can't just have a 9-to-5 job. That's fucking not true, lads. I don't know who's told you that or where that belief has come from. You can choose to go pro at any time. You can choose to go pro at any time you want. And I can guarantee that it's going to be the biggest change in your entire life if you just choose to do it, because a professional version of you takes the amateurs to the candy shop. They fucking clean them out. Who's going to win at a table? Professional Josh versus amateur Josh. Who wins? It's professional Josh every time, because if you want to be a professional, you got to act in a certain way to become that. You don't just do it straight away. It takes time, but you can make the decision to do it tonight. And the way to do it, if you really want to do this, because if you become a professional, you're going to transcend all of these problems. You'll stop having volume issues. You'll stop having tilt issues. You'll stop having all of these things because a professional has those and he's aware of them, but he works through them. So if that's like what you want and you want to really take this to the next level and you want to start fucking crushing in your games, let me know in the chat. You know, type I'm going pro. If you don't want to put it in the chat, maybe write it down. You need to make this decision, and I wouldn't just do it lightly. And I know I'm fucking picking this up, but some people like fake this decision and they become fake pros, and really they're just amateurs that are pretending. You don't want to be that guy either. That's probably worse than being an amateur. It's better to be a proud amateur, fucking recreates, has a few beers on a Friday and plays cards. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to go pro and you really want to see a difference in your game, let me know in the chat. And if you're finding value here, please press the like button. Helps go the algorithm to the next level. So would you say it's good to have a poker routine as a good starting mate? Yeah. So what I'm going to talk about now, Jonathan, is like, what is a pro? You know, like it's all well and good saying, oh, I'm going to go pro, but what is that version? Like, who is the professional version of you? And this is going to differ for every single person because you're all in different circumstances and you all have, you know, different things going on in your life. So you need to make a list of what the professional version of you is going to be like right now. Not in 6 months, because that's going to be different. And I'm going to talk about timeframes in a minute, but like right now. So right now, if the amateur version of you never studies at all, the professional version of you, you could set yourself a realistic amount of maybe 15 minutes a day, maybe 5 minutes a day. And if you, for example, never exercise, a professional poker player, a professional at any sport, keeps his fucking physical body in good condition. You don't have to be a super athlete, but that's what a professional does, at least in my opinion. You know, like, if I'm going to be a professional as a poker coach, a performance coach, as a poker player, I ain't going to turn up without a good physical body that's going to carry me through all of these sessions, carry me through all the study, carry me through all of the downswings. I need this vessel to be fucking dialed in. So a professional version of Josh goes to the gym every day. He does 30 minutes minimum, Monday to Friday, every Monday to Friday. He doesn't fucking just do it like, oh, I'll just have, you know, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. That's amateur Josh. He's dead. He's gone. He died years ago, that guy. And I transcended into professional Josh. And now I'm in a physical condition that's like, oh, this is fucking sick. So I'm just sharing that with you because that's one of my parameters of being a professional, is that my physical body is going to be dialed in. I'm going to be exercising it. I'm going to be working it out. And you need to make your own lists, and you can go through categories. I'm just going to give you some examples. And as Nathan's put here in the chat, I'm committed and absolutely dialed into the teeth. This dude is the epitome of professional. We had a call earlier and he's fucking dialed in. He's got everything. And I guarantee that in 3 to 6 months, without a doubt, you're going to see graphs from Nathan that are going to transcend like what you think most people are capable of doing, because he's got a pro mindset and he's acting as a pro. So the first thing you need to do if you want to go pro is make a list of what a professional version of you. Create that vision in your mind. You know, it's going to take you some time. This is work. I can't do this for you. I don't fucking know most of you, but you can go away from this video and you can make a list. A professional version of Josh. I study 1 hour a week. I play 5,000 hands. Those 5,000 hands are the best version of me at the tables. I don't turn up like fucking drunk. I never get high on stream except from Fridays. I never play high anymore because I'm a professional. I used to do that shit when I was an amateur. Now I just do that on Fridays because it's kind of like my outlet. I'm just being very honest with you here. This is in my own, and I'm going to talk about a contract in a minute. But you need to go through the list. So things for a poker player: physical body, absolutely 100%. Mindset work, you know, like, are you actually doing the mindset work? Are you meditating? Are you seeking actively to improve your mindset and your performance? Channels like this one, but there's loads of other content on YouTube. I'm not the oracle. I don't have all the fucking answers. Go and do your own research. But are you committed to leveling yourself up? That's a really big one. Your physical body, your mindset, volume targets, really, really big for you to like hone in on and be like specific with yourself. How many hands are you going to play a week? Because if you don't know how many fucking hands you're going to play a week, you don't know how many you're going to play a month. If you don't know how many you're going to play a month, how would you know in a year? How are you ever going to get to your targets? You just won't. That's amateur. Fuck that shit. Be a pro. Dial in how many hands. And then other things. Networking is a pretty big one in poker. This is something that you could like have like a sub clause almost of like, you don't do that every week, but networking and finding better players, different discords, finding good people to talk hands with, that's really good. And then realistically, they're the main things: physical performance, mindset, volume, and turning up and playing your best in the poker realms. But your decision to go pro, you have the ultimate creativity here. It's your decision. It's your life. You can take the power back. Society takes a lot of power away from you and they fucking make shit up, tell you you're not good enough. You are good enough to go pro, and you're good enough to create this pro version of yourself, however it looks to you, however that manifests when you say, "What? Wow." You know, like Jonathan Goulet is in here in the chat now. What is a professional version of you look like? Write that down, and then fucking write it down on paper. Get very, very specific, and all of a sudden you'll start to see that looks like a very familiar document that everybody signs when they go and work for somebody else, when they go and fucking sign a rental. We sign contracts everywhere else in the world except for with ourselves. We never do that. And nobody ever tells you to do that. Nobody ever teaches you or tells you it's the right thing to do. But I can guarantee, lads, that if you make a contract with yourself and you fucking write it out, this isn't like on bloody Word or fucking, I know I swear a lot, but bang, bang, it's just the way I talk, or text edit or any of these computers. It's actually on paper, and you take a pen, and if you've got a fountain pen, that's fucking plus CV is shit, and you sign your name on that dotted line, you will be shocked at how much differently you perform. Because if you break that contract there, you are fucked. You'll never achieve anything. It just is the way it is. Maybe you won't hit every single thing. Maybe some weeks, like last week, I did a real big gym session on Thursday. I did Romanian deadlifts. Everyone here ever done them. My hamstrings were absolutely fucked. And on Friday, I was scheduled in to do a 2K recovery run. I didn't do it because I was fucked. That's okay. So you're going to like breach some of these terms occasionally, but you'll know if it's okay. And if you're honest with yourself, you'll know. But you will be shocked at how different your life becomes when you're a pro. You just turn up as a pro, even when you're not like playing the best or running the best, or like you have to make this tough follow. You have to do all these things that an amateur version of you finds reasons not to do. The pro version of you just does them, because if they don't, you breach the contract. You know, an amateur version of you might study fucking 30 minutes a month. Professional version of you studies 30 minutes a day. Do you see the difference here? And it's so simple. And my channel is simple because I'm fucking simple. But it's so simple and it's so profound, and it will change everything about your life, that if you just print this out, sign your name on the dotted line, and then fucking stick to it and keep this contract somewhere you can see it. And I guarantee it's going to change everything. And if you are finding value here, please let me know in the comments, and please press like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Just catching up with the comments here. Commit to exercise, study, and play like the other vids you did previously. Yep. How much you down is the shy guy who's scared to make mistakes and only analyze a hand where people cannot total criticize him. Another amateur of me is a procrastination. This is good, Dan. It's fucking great that you're like picking up on what the amateur version of you, and that's absolutely okay. You know, if you came to this video an amateur, that's fucking fine. That's okay. You can make the decision to change at any time. How do you work on multiple goals when one goal is way more interesting to you than the other, but they are both important? I would just have one focus in life, have one focus that maybe divided into submissions. That's what I do. So my number one focus right now is accruing the resources, the mindset, the skills, and the network to go on to do a really big project in my 30s. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but that's my focus. So that comes into subdivisions of building a YouTube, growing the Discord, my poker game. Do you see what I mean? So maybe try like one focus. Yeah, that'd be sick, Nath. Like, I'd love to. I think we should just do an interview, Nath, on this channel. I'd love to do that. So let me know if you're up for it, and we'll get that organized. But this is really big, lads, and it's really, really simple. And the difference it will make is unbelievable. And you may have to have this day multiple times. Like, I thought I'd made the decision to go pro when I was like 25, but it wasn't really until, honestly, October of last year when I started this channel that I really went all in on being a pro. So it may take you multiple efforts. Nobody starts perfect, and becoming a pro is a skill in itself. It's a journey. So if you make this contract and then, like, 3 days from now, you're maybe not sticking to all of it, reassess the plan, reassess the contract, and change a few things and make yourself accountable some way. I've got a Discord. Anybody that's been on this channel before, for some reason, the fucking Discord link barely ever works, and it's the biggest tilt in my life. But I do have a Discord, and if you want to share it in there, the mindset stuff, hold yourself accountable to other lads that are on the same mission as you and say, like, look, here's my contract, here's what I'm going to do, and just watch me do it. And people that are on the same wavelength as you will fucking want you to win. The people that are like, oh no, but what about that? They ain't you. So going pro is also a way to figure out who you should spend your time with and where you should invest your energy, because people that are amateurs don't like pros for the most part because they're jealous of their results. They don't like the way they act. They don't like that they're doing more than them. They don't like that they're fulfilling their potential. So you can like exclude yourself from the amateur life very, very quickly and go pro. And resources for this that are really, really good, and a book that's changed my life, and the whole series really, is called Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. That's where a lot of this is coming from, and I would highly recommend reading that book. He talks about how a pro acts, what it's like, what an amateur is, what a pro is. And if you just stick to that, and he's got like a whole manifesto, it's amazing. I don't think he talks about signing a contract in that book, but you can do that on your own time. My headphones are just losing their mind. I hope my microphone's been on this whole time on the right one, but anyway. So yeah, lads, that's kind of what I wanted to share tonight, and this is, like, in my opinion, the thing that will transcend all of those problems, because a pro doesn't have volume issues. He doesn't have tilt issues. He may have so many, he deals with them, but one of the things you might write into your contract is, as a professional, I overcome my mindset problems. I fucking tackle them head on. I don't go running. I don't just close the tables and like, oh, well, if it's over there, I don't see it. I'm a pro. I take those on. I seek the advice and I find help where I need it. That's professional. So you can write this contract any which way you want. And if you need any examples, let me know in the comments. Maybe I could share you an outline or a template, but you're clever guys, you're smart dudes in this chat for the most part. Maybe not all of you, but I think you are. And the Turning Pro it's about creative work and writing, but you can apply it to anything, because poker is a creative outlet realistically, and Turning Pro and anything is good. But if you found value here, please let me know. I really appreciate the likes. I can see a lot of you guys have liked this already. Much love. Do appreciate that. And obviously subscriptions as well are sick. And also the comments are more than that for anything. Like, I like interacting with all of you guys, getting to know you more and seeing how I can add value to your lives. So that's been it. This has been Monday Mindsets with Joshua J on Joshua J Poker. And if you are making the decision to go pro after watching this video, I'd fucking love to hear about it. And what I'd also love is that if we could do follow-up. So in 6 months from now, look back at this moment and be like, this was the one. And if I am the one to help direct you and guide you, that's why I fucking do this. That's what I get off on, lads. That's like my big win in life, is seeing you guys win. Just let me know, stay in touch. I really do appreciate that. But we're just coming up to the 20-minute mark. I appreciate you all being here. This has been a fucking sick episode. Mark Smith can't even spell thick. Welcome to the chat. Also, shout out to Smithy, fucking top lad. Really helped me go pro and grow this channel, part of my networking endeavors. So much love. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, put the things in the chat, interact with me, join the Discord, all the fucking good things. And I will see you in the next video. Much love. Peace.